Hey, attention crypto gossipators, things are about to get interesting. Remember, not financial advice.
Hey guys, what is up? Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone's having an amazing day because I am as usual. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So, we've got a big question here, okay? So I need you to pay attention to this one. Open your eyes, get prepared, start listening, because this is going to get you thinking, guys, okay? So some of you are always asking me the same question of why isn't a bone even more popular, okay? If it's so amazing with so much utility, expected to take everyone to the moon who has invested into it and all that great stuff, okay? Why doesn't it have more investors? I mean, at this point we should be over 100k investors, right? Well, that's actually a very interesting topic to discuss, and I was thinking a lot about it, and I just wanted to throw out a important point. Now, if you think about it, the average investor that invests into crypto probably doesn't understand anything, okay? Really doesn't understand anything, doesn't do any due diligence, doesn't read. They are the typical Bitcoin investors, okay? Everyone's talking about Bitcoin, it's all over the news. It is supposedly very famous, so why not invest into Bitcoin? That's always how it worked, okay? Or Ethereum. These are the brand names, so everyone needs to go into them. And it's always been the case. This is how psychologically we work. We assume that the only companies in the world that we could work for are Apple, Google, Microsoft, and a few other ones. We assume that the only colleges, universities we could go to are Harvard, MIT, Cambridge, Oxford, and nothing else. So the point here that I am trying to make is that we see things very directly, okay? So when you make an investment, the most informed investor, okay, the one that genuinely understands, will read, will understand why they're investing, will have a plan, could explain it. But the average non-informed investor will just look at previous numbers, okay, and maybe just read a few comments about what they're investing into. So this is the case with Bone, and when you compare it to the other ones, okay? Now, Bone hasn't had any great numbers so far, okay? Great numbers? Absolutely not. I mean, we're aiming for $100. Guys, there was a point where it reached $2, okay? When you open up the long chart, it doesn't look very beautiful, does it? It doesn't look very appealing. I mean, if CoinGecko would consider removing this line when it came out, and actually it came out, I think some people are saying even a higher price, but if they removed it, more or less we could see like some kind of waves. But guys, this does not look like an appealing investor, okay? So just, based on the graphs itself, I think they turned away about 50,000 holders. I believe thousands of holders were turned away, but these are obviously weak ones, the ones that don't read too much, and they just base their investments, on numbers. Why does Shiba Inu have so many holders? I know Shiba Inu in the future will potentially be stronger and better. I don't want to throw much dirt at it, but a lot of people, and that is very true, I've spoken to them, have invested in Shiba Inu because of the past, the numbers that it produced, okay? They see these crazy spikes, they get very excited about it, and they don't really understand what needs to happen for more of it to go up, okay? So as you have it here, guys, if I open up the max chart, this is what excites people. This is what made people millions, okay? And this is why people look at the charts and like, wow, it needs to go back up, right? That's the whole point. And it goes back up, and that's it. We are in freedom again, financial freedom for life. So let's be honest, okay? And I want you to really think it through. Is this a great way to invest? Is this how you should be investing, just looking at these charts? I mean, listen, if that was the case where, you look at the chart and you're like, wow, it needs to go back up. Well, in that case, okay, we'd all be millionaires by now. And many people, they're like, well, they did very well, I'll invest into it again and it will do again. Well, with Shiba Inu, yes, that is what I hope for, okay, in the next few years. But the reason why is because of the layer 2 solution of Shibarium, because it will require burning. So there's so much more detail about it, but it will always attract a lot of investors, okay? This is what I'm making this video about, just to explain to you an important point, that it will always attract investors, okay, based on the fact that it produced these numbers, they like it, they saw the past, and they believe that it could happen in the future. You open up Bone doesn't have these type of numbers to back it up. It generally doesn't have these type of numbers. So in order for someone to invest in Bone, they would have to read, they would have to maybe watch videos to get more informed. That's the only way forwards, and that is the truth, okay? I know the truth hurts, I know it can be very disappointing, but that is how things work here, okay? And let's not make it more complicated, because it really shouldn't be that complicated. What it is right now, it is what it is, okay? And the fact here is that it was always a very steady, but it's going to absolutely skyrocket in price, is true. But the average investor is not going to be reading every single white paper out there, trying to do so much research. They have a bit of cash, okay, say for example $200, they're looking to invest it into whatever. They open up a few charts, a few numbers, they're like, wow, it did so well in the past, so it must do so well again in the future, okay, so let me invest into it. This is why cryptos like Bitcoin do so well, Ethereum, because their charts look amazing. I mean, you always hear about these stories of the past. It's always about the past, always about someone who made a ton of money. Okay, let me open up Bitcoin's chart. Look at this. This looks beautiful for someone who managed to get Bitcoin at these prices back in the days. Crazy, and how far it managed to go up. So this is the type of point that I'm trying to make here, is that at the end of the day, this is what the investors see. This is what they see. They will invest into something without knowing the future, without having a game plan, without understanding what it's going to bring to the ecosystem. Zero of that. It's all about these numbers. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, I don't think it's a good thing, because they are missing out on a lot of information, a lot of good information, okay? Really understanding what could potentially skyrocket. Because Bone will have its time. There will be a point where Bone absolutely exceeds all the chart, and it'll have this crazy spike, and everybody will join in based on numbers. But then it will create a lot of FUD, because these won't be informed investors. They won't really know much about how things work, okay? And they will expect more returns, and if those returns don't happen, they will create FUD. They'll start spreading it. It's always the same way, guys. It's always the same way. This is why the community is so united right now, because everybody that is investing right now is investing purely based on the future. Purely based on the future. They're not taking into account of anything that happened in the past, because not much has happened, let's be honest, but they are looking at the future, and they believe the future is very, very bright, okay? Very bright. And that is the case for me, guys. Real utility. Developers are being paid in Bone. It's used in every single transaction. I mean, it just doesn't get better than this. This is genuinely the golden child. And supply, oh my god, supply is so low. It really is. It's so low, so it's going to be even more demanded. Imagine there's no Bone to buy, and your Bone, you could sell your Bone way higher, okay? Just crazy prices. This is why people are even talking about more than $1,000. And you know what? Everything is possible. Everything's possible, okay? So hopefully you understand, okay, why Bone doesn't have that many people at the moment, but when it produces numbers, it will have loads of people, because people are obsessed about this chart. It needs, to do very, very well. And if it doesn't, then they won't even consider, okay, doing some research into it. But if everyone researched, if everyone was very informed, if we could spread the word, if we could talk about it, if it was all over social media, it would be a completely different story. So as of now, guys, if you have any thoughts in regards to everything I said, you know, people just looking at charts or just past numbers, that's how they base their investments. Let us know down below in the comment section. Also, you know, I'm not trying to throw dirt at technical analysis. I know some of you will get at me and be like, well, actually the technical analysis, the shapes forming, very important. Yes, I get it. But guys, news, a utility, a use case, a unique point is always going to be way stronger. Okay, this is what's going to bring in the money. This is what is going to cause the transactions to happen. Demand to increase is something very unique, a point, and we need this. Okay, so get ready, be prepared. I am so excited. You know, really is starting to work out nicely. Okay, smoothly. And these are probably last days we'll see these bargain prices. Okay, because once the main act comes out, it's a completely new story. So as usual, if you made it this far, guys, thank you so much. I mean, it's incredible, guys. You're really trying to inform yourself. You are interested, you know, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Also turn that notifications bell on. I don't want you to miss out on a single video. Okay, so as usual, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.